Welcome back to the Pink Hoodie Podcast. I have a great friend sitting across from me on one of these couches that I bought for $50.
You bought both of them for $50?
No, that one was
One
50.
each?
Yeah,
Wow.
100 total.
Nice.
It was a great purchase.
I interrupt.
Anyway, we have the host of the Gross Domesticated Podcast.
That's right.
He is the king, Baby Mermaid Productions himself. He's a whiz on
On a cheesesteak.
on cheesesteak.
That's right.
And he knows a lot about editing, and he knows everything that I went to school for communications, but he does it way better than I do.
I went 1 year for music production.
Okay.
I think 1 year of music production is equivalent to maybe a 4 year of
Bachelor's degree.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I was supposed to get a bachelor's degree, but then I was like, I don't want to take piano class, and and they were like making it was an unaccredited school. That's a long story, but
Okay.
I interrupt again.
What school was it?
It was I don't know if I guess I could say it's not like I don't know if there's like cases or not, but like the International Academy of Design Technology in
Ooh.
Tampa. You know, have you ever heard of Full Sail?
Yes, I have actually. I was thinking about applying there.
That's everybody wants that. So like people that can't get in there, like me, can get into the international, which is essentially, I think also Full Sail also might be an unaccredited,
Okay.
or are they accredited? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I was looking like 5
Maybe
years
that's
ago.
maybe that's why they didn't want me, but I don't know. But they're basically an unaccredited version of that,
Okay.
at least in my experience.
Okay.
So I went there for a year, and then like near the end of the time there, I would drive. It was in Tampa, and I was living in St. Pete, so it was just over the Howard Franklin Bridge, which is like a 45-minute drive or so,
Okay.
depending on traffic, about an hour. And I would get there, and then I would sit in the parking lot, and I wouldn't want to go in,
Yeah.
so I would just like sit there for like half an hour, like kind of frozen, and then I would like leave, and I would just go.
Would you not go in?
Yeah. Like legitimately, that was the end of it because I was dreading it so much.
Damn.
I hated it. I hated it that much. I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't really. I talked to Dom about it. She was pretty sure we were married at the time, so like it affected her because I signed paperwork for like like loans and things like that. And basically, I think the way I dropped out essentially kind of screwed me.
How so?
Because I had, like loans to basically they like how it worked. I can't remember how the structure was. And this is another reason. I was too dumb to handle loans and like interest and and like pay, like I was terrible. And it was fun at first when I got like all this knowledge and access to these cool like resources and money and grants and things like that, and like a cool microphone and
like these ones.
you know what I mean, like that stuff's fun. But then when they're like, you got to take a math class, I'm like, why? They're like, because it's a bachelor's degree. And I'm like, I don't like school. You know what I mean? Like when they start doing that stuff, like some of it was cool, but most of it was and so the loan structure stuff kind of it was basically where the school would front me tuition or whatever, front me that and say like, yeah, because we know the loan's going to come in and clear that.
Yeah.
And basically, I quit in between that process somehow. You know what I mean? Like I just did it so haphazardly. Like I entered it irresponsibly, and I left just as irresponsible, but with a little bit more production knowledge. So now I am the king of podcast production in Central Pennsylvania.
Hey, you got a lot. You got a lot more about. You got a lot out of your education.
I got a lot
of
life experience. A lot more life experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I'm rebuilding my credit, and I've still got that cool microphone. Just saying, it was worth the money.
What's your credit score right now?
It's if I'm being honest, I think it's 611.
That's pretty good.
Which needs work, according to Karma.
Yeah.
MrCreditKarma.com.
What's like the highest you can have? Is it like 800?
I don't even know. That's what I'm saying.
SAT?
I don't know.
I kind of think of it like the SATs.
I don't even know the SAT thing. That's the thing. I left school 2 years early, like because I knew I was good enough for Florida Smart to get out, and I did, and I just started working full time. So I don't know what a good credit score is, and I don't know, like I think my
800
GPA
is the highest for SATs.
So GPA, right? I think somebody was saying something, and I said something like, "Oh, you got a 2.0 GPA," and they're like, "Yeah, that's okay."
Yeah, it's like a C.
And I was like, "Oh, really?" I was like, "Yeah." I said, "I thought I was 1.17 one time."
That's like a D minus average.
Is that passing?
Yeah.
Good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I was always. My bar was so low as far as education. What's going on?
Oh, we're good.
Okay.
Sorry,
Oh, jeez. These are gems.
I'm having PTSD from last episode with Andrew. Where he just like stopped like out of nowhere.
But it's basically it's just I never like knew what, like I don't even think I did at the SAT. What is that? SATs?
Yeah, SAT.
I knew
they also have the ACT, which is like a different scale. It's like up to like 30, I believe.
Oh.
Which is weird.
Yep.
I didn't take that one. I just took the SAT.
Yeah. So you've even been to like real like actual college, right?
Yeah, I went to 3 colleges.
Nice. You're a scholar, dude.
Not really.
Wait. Oh, like you didn't finish each one.
No, I did finish the last one.
Nice.
I did a year in community college.
Okay.
Then I went to Slippery Rock University near Pittsburgh.
Slippery Rock?
Yeah, everyone called it Slippery Cock. That was all like the other schools.
Yeah, I wanted to
rivaled us.
My first reaction was just to go at you and go be like, "What? That's stupid." But you heard my reaction.
Yeah.
How can I argue?
They had like these like giant like rocks like in like throughout the campus. Like one of they're all like circular. Like one of them was like very like unpolished, like it barely looked like a circle, and then like they would slowly get like more like polished, and like the last one was like very smooth and you could like touch it.
Very slippery.
Yeah, very slippery. And then a lot of people would pee on them. That was kind of funny. I didn't do it. That was one of my biggest regrets of going to that.
That's
school.
one of your biggest regrets.
Yeah, I only went there for a year though.
How was it? Obviously not great.
Well, that was the year that I went crazy in the psych ward.
Got it. Well, then, so not great.
Not great.
A little too slippery, huh?
A little too slippery.
Little slippery guy, huh?
I didn't think. I thought I could handle the slippage, but
no, obviously not.
The first semester was amazing, if I'm being honest.
What's the other college?
Millersville University, next to Phantom Power.
How was that?
It was fine.
Chill.
I had commuted, so I wasn't like living there.
Oh, isn't that close to here?
Yeah, it's It's right across the street from Phantom Power.
Yeah, but you mean you commuted from here or from like somewhere else?
From here, yeah. Oh. I lived at home.
Oh, okay.
It's like a 25-minute drive. Not bad.
Yeah, why not? This is a nice house.
Yeah.
$50 couches.
Yeah, they just redid. My parents
you really
redid
bought
this house.
these couches for $50.
Yeah.
Was that on Mike earlier?
Yeah,
that was the beginning of the show.
Yeah. My best friend James, he was like, "We're getting new couches."
What about these?
Those are actually the ones we sat on before in the basement. Those are lawn furniture couches that we've had for like before I was born.
I love really nice. So there's a podcast that I really enjoy. Are You Garbage?
Oh yeah, I watch that too sometimes.
And I like it's one of the ones that like I relate to so much, so many times. Mm-hmm. The conversations or like the debates had a lot of times are just like I don't think it's going to change. I think it's like cemented in my brain that if I ever make a good amount of money, like make a really good living in like, say I get rich and famous, I'm still going to have the mentality of like really nice looking outdoor furniture could be indoor furniture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like those couches. I've slept on those before.
Yeah. They're wicker, which means they're going to be a little bit louder. Wicker for me, I still have PTSD as being a formerly fat, like much fatter man. Somebody that can fit in that hoodie that you're wearing.
Yeah.
The Pink Hoodie podcast.
Shit.
Huh?
This is a 3XL.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was my comfortable size.
Uh-huh.
XL was I can probably close it maybe, and 2XL was the most gettable.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I love 2XL.
Yeah. I think it's good. Dom showed me once. I learned a lot. Everything I learned about fashion
Dom
so
is
far.
Pat's wife, by the way.
Oh yeah, sorry, did I not? Dominique, my wife.
My wife.
Listen to the Gross Domesticated podcast. Sometimes she's on there, or watch it on YouTube.
Do watch it. I was on there once.
Oh yeah,
We talked
yeah, you were too.
Yeah.
With her, I think, right?
No,
It was just me and
you.
Yeah, because
And the cat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, obviously, it's in the Caddock, the Dobby Robertson Memorial Caddock, obviously. Shout out. But she taught me basically everything I know about fashion. Her and Queer Eye.
Uh-huh.
Like I legitimately know like have value for yourself. Take like self-care. You know, get haircuts. Skincare. I'm not like with the jiu-jitsu stuff. It's hard because like it's gross. It's so like a
Not gross.
It's skin problem. Like as far as like the actually like you're wrestling with other dudes and people and stuff like that. So you don't want to like how they say don't shower daily or don't like shampoo daily or whatever. Like you're not supposed to do that because it's actually bad for you. It's like actually it's the best thing I could do because because not everybody else showers every day or not everybody comes into jiu-jitsu the cleanest that they could be.
Yeah.
But she taught me a lot about like looking like flattering clothes and flattering haircuts and and stuff like that. So I know I say that being a mulleted man at this time, but yes, I know,
like your hair a lot.
Thank you very much for saying that. I like the positive vibe.
I try to keep it positive.
No, usually you come up to me and you're like, dude, what the fuck?
I'm depressed in my own life, but I try to reflect positivity. Back
I do
to
the
other
same
people.
thing. I'm totally guilty of that. What do you think that is?
Clinical depression.
Oh shit! Is that why I like froze in like the parking lot at college?
Maybe that sounds like more. It sounds like more anxiety than depression.
Yeah.
That example.
I think that's probably what it is. Just shut down.
Yeah.
Kind of. You probably had the same breakdown you did. Not exact same. Do you know what I'm saying? But like
which time?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
But like if you have like this episode of like this one thing brings me so much anxiety that like I just freeze.
Yeah.
Because it's like I'm in threat state.
It's like
for real.
Flight, fight, or freeze.
Right. Yeah. And my buddy actually had a tattoo studio almost right next to the school. Like it's right down the block, on the same block in Tampa. So sometimes I would just go there and hang out.
Did you get any tattoos there?
Oh yeah. Almost most of the tattoos I have I got for free.
Wow, that's good.
Just because I know tattoo people.
I was going out with
this. That sounded so douchey. I'm sorry. I know tattoo. No,
That's
just because
douchey.
I am white trash and I let people practice on me.
I know a tattoo lady. I was going out with this tattoo lady.
Ooh, going out with it. Who's it? Kat Von D?
No.
Who was it?
I don't want to say.
Kat Von C?
You don't know this person.
Kat Von P.
I don't even know what you're saying.
Is she still famous? The famous tattoo artist lady?
If I'm being honest, Pat, I don't know a lot about tattoos.
Oh, you don't have any tattoos?
No.
So you dated? How'd you meet her?
Bumble.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. She offered to do tattoos on me, and I was like, I'm a pussy. And at the time, I was donating plasma a lot, and they always like would ask you like, "Have you had any new tattoos?" And I was like so poor at this time. Like my parents do okay.
Yeah.
Like my dad's a guidance counselor. My mom's a teacher's aide.
All
but
right. Put it away, okay.
but I've like, it's been.
We're
hard.
doing all right, okay.
Yeah, and but I like wasn't making any money, so I was just donating plasma like twice a week to make like $90.
So they give you money when you donate plasma.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wait, do they do that when you donate like to like the Bloodmobile and shit like that?
No, I don't think so.
You have to go somewhere like a place that pays.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, my mom used to always donate platelets.
Okay.
Is that right? Does that sound right?
I think so. Do you get money for that?
No, well, that's what I was wondering. I was like,
Okay.
I always thought she always did it like once a month because, like my grandfather had
Lymphoma?
was it lymphoma, leukemia?
Oh,
One of those.
it's probably
like,
leukemia.
something that affected, I think that the white blood cells.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, like I'll donate that as much as I can, and so but then I was like, wait, was she also getting money too? Because like single mom, she's got to get money wherever she could. Sell that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like do two birds one stone, right?
If I was a lady, I'd probably sell my eggs.
I'd sell everything. Yeah.
I'd sell my body.
Did you ever sell the other stuff? You know what I'm saying?
I tried to actually.
What did they say?
Well, they weren't accepting donations or samples at the time.
And you're like, really?
I was like, oh.
You like had it like you just had like in a bag.
No, that'd be funny though. I don't think I think you have to do it there.
Oh.
Yeah.
So.
Because you could just be bringing in other people's cum.
Yeah, that's what I would think. Yeah, like I would think that anybody that found a condom would just go in there and be like, well, there's something here, right?
Like outsourcing your own cum.
Yeah. Well, this should be good for something.
Be like, hey, Brad, jerk off into this cup for me.
Give me wooden Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Did you so you never were you never able to sell that? So how'd you find out about selling your plasma?
I think someone like told me about it, and like I saw like an advertisement. It was like your first 8 donations, you can make up to $600, and I was like, wow.
$8, 6. So 8 divided by 6.
Well, like the first 2 were
600
like
divided by 8. That's what it was.
Yeah, it was like the first 2 were like 100 each.
Okay.
Like the last 2 were 100 each, and then they like split it up.
There was time in between too that you had to have, right?
Yeah,
and you had
it was like 75
days.
For a couple. No, $75.
Oh no, but like how much time in between did you have to wait before you could?
You could
donate again.
Donate twice a week.
Damn, really?
But you had to like wait a day.
That's like a job. That's like a part-time job. That's like a tent job.
Yeah, I was just completely drained, like physically for like 3 months.
Just like, So were you like? Aren't you like? I thought it was like. That's not the. So I guess the amount that you're donating isn't the kind where you could just like eat a sugar cookie and be like, I'm good.
No. Well, like.
Like, because isn't that what you do when you donate blood or something?
Yeah. I shouldn't be saying this, but I would go in to the plasma. I was like, I'm scared of needles.
Like with a mustache. Like we like come in like you're like, hello, I'm here to donate blood. Please use only my left arm.
I would usually do my left arm because my jerking arm is my right. And
nice, smart thinking. See, you're thinking ahead. That's responsibility. That's the first adult thought probably you
ever had.
Yeah, no, that's like the first adult thought that I've heard. Like you're like, hey man, like
gotta get my priorities straight.
You can't play the slacker role anymore. I know you. You're on your way, bud.
I know.
Okay. Don't sit here. Oh,
the sky's the limit.
I went to 3 colleges. I know you. You're academic.
I don't think when people think about me, I don't think they're like, Tyler, oh, he's an academic type.
Yeah, I bet you bought these couches $50 on auction, and now they're worth $2 million.
Maybe
this is the life I see you.
This couch was used by Abraham Lincoln.
I knew it.
Also, happy Native Columbus Day.
Happy whichever one.
Indigenous Columbus Day.
It's funny. All the Venmos I've been sending recently in the past couple of days, I've sent things for, like what you always have to give a reason for Venmo. Yeah. Usually I'll just do an emojis or something, but this one's I've been doing a Columbus Day cake, Columbus Day decorations.
Do you have Columbus Day cake emojis on Venmo?
No. No, I had to just write it. No emojis for any of these. I don't know if they have one for Indigenous people either, just mainly because I don't know how to spell it. Obviously, I don't even know how to say it. INDIG.
Let's stop it. INOUS.
Sounds like a very inclusive Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I remember the first time I heard. Like, I think the Canadians had it right first. because they call them first. No, Inuits.
I know.
I remember that was the first time I ever heard that, and I was like, oh, Inuits, and I was like, oh. I also heard their normal thing for their native people are First Nationers. They were here first. I love that acknowledgement.
Yeah,
it's there, and then it's also like, just sweep it under the rug, right?
Yeah,
like, hey. There's a lot of Canada that's not like populated that I'm sure they have probably never even wanted to take from the Inuit people.
Yeah.
But America,
I bet they're happier.
Just too sweet.
Yeah. It's a little less chilly.
Yeah. It's a little more inhabitable, I guess. But I haven't really been to a lot of.
Are there tornadoes in Canada?
Dude. No. You know what's so funny? Okay, so, long story, but we used to do. We used to go drive to upstate New York for vacations, and Messina, New York, is basically 15 minutes from Montreal.
Okay.
And we would also some of my family was from Montreal, and also my mom used to my mom and my mom's family, stuff like that, used to go into Canada to do like touristy things. Like they would go in there and eat, like go into Sorel, Canada, and eat Chinese food. They're like, oh, it's the best Chinese food ever. Like, really? The Canada Chinese? Like, they're like, yeah, I don't know. It's there was like a thing that they used to do. Like, it probably
Canada is known for its
like
food.
Montreal is known for their Chinese food.
Yeah.
But so I was just like, so we would go there often, and one of my biggest fears, two of my biggest fears growing up when I was a kid were like storms / tornadoes. Because growing up in Florida, they would happen quick.
Yeah.
Thunderstorms or anything, it would just get dark and like noisy, but it'd usually blow away pretty quick.
Yeah.
But there were water spouts, tornadoes, stuff like that.
We're good.
So I remember every time we would go up to Canada, for some reason thinking up north or upstate New York, we don't have to worry about tornadoes because they don't happen up here.
Yeah.
And like I think I mentioned that one day we were at the like dinner table or the breakfast table or something like that, same table, at my aunt's house, and they're like, "Yeah, we get tornadoes up here." Like, and I was just like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, like not. I mean, like not. It's not. We're not Tornado Alley, but yeah, there's not. We're not immune to tornadoes." And I was just like, "Shit, what?" Like not. And again, they're not like it's a weird thing. I think, but I don't really. That might be a. That might be a nice Googleable thing because I was petrified. I also had a nightmare when I was a young kid of giant grasshoppers attacking my school, and I just
like in the Bible, the locusts.
Yeah, like gigantic ones though.
Yeah,
they're just and really they weren't attacking. They were just gigantic grasshoppers that were on the school, but they look like they're attacking because they're just walking around.
Yeah.
Then I woke up.
They're very jumpy.
Yeah, I was a really scared kid. I don't know if you could tell.
I was a very worried kid.
Yeah. What were some of your biggest fears when you were a kid?
Eternal damnation.
Damn. That's I thought I always had that in my back pocket. I would always sometimes I would pray just to cover my bases.
Oh yeah.
But I never felt nobody was ever reminding me of my sins.
That's good.
You know what I mean? But I was always I had heard about, you see it on TV and you hear about other kids but for the most part, I joke about it a little bit, but I was never really super religious or anything. So,
take off my hoodie
oh yeah. Okay, so now it's just the Blue Shirt Podcast.
I'll put it
Blue Long Sleeve Podcast.
The Long Sleeve Blue Shirt Podcast.
Okay, rolled up, got it. And Pat's got a sleeveless. This is not video anymore, so. But so you were scared more of your soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as I've gotten older, I just kind of worried about if I'm gonna lose my mind or something like that.
I think how I always, because I was getting older, that was the thing that I was a little bit worried about was going crazy or something like that. But I always, and this is I think just me calming myself, but it worked a lot, was saying I think if you're worried if you're crazy, you're not crazy.
Okay.
I think crazy people aren't, and this is a generalized terms, obviously.
Yeah.
But for lack of a better term, the mentally ill don't necessarily know they're mentally
crazy.
ill. Yeah.
Okay.
So like the Joker's like, dude, you want to know how you got these scars? Like he's just telling a story.
Yeah.
He's just sharing at the bus stop. But then everybody else just doesn't want to sit near them anymore.
Maybe I'm just worried.
Yeah, I think if people were like, if I was like, hey man, I can't come over here because you always smell like pee, you know, then you weren't like, am I crazy? You know what I mean? Like,
do I smell like pee?
Yeah, then you would be.
Is this an attack? Do I smell like pee, George?
You don't, but I know why you got these couches for $50. This one at least. No,
that one smells like pee.
I'm joking. It's me.
Now I'm getting paranoid.
No. I was. I think. I just. I don't like. That was a fear, even like as being like a fat kid too.
Smelling like pee.
Smelling bad? No, smelling bad.
Oh
Yeah. Like pee. I was also a bedwetter too.
Me too.
You know what I mean? So smelling like pee was a big problem.
Yeah.
Do you ever use good nights? Like now?
No.
You know what good nights are? They're
No,
like pull-ups for young kids, young
Oh,
boys
okay.
and girls, I think. And they were, if you were going on sleepover, because that's your prime sleepover years, right?
Yeah.
I think so. I don't know what it. I don't know when that like if that's like a thing that always happened, or if that was like a thing that came up.
Yeah.
But it was like, oh yeah, now you like third grade until like, when was the first time you didn't do it? I don't remember. Like I still there's been a couple times since then that I've done it voluntarily.
Me too.
You know what I
and
mean?
when I was intoxicated.
And then also intoxication. You can't really count those. If we're just talking about you're like in bed, there's one time when I was like a teen, a young teenage boy, hot teen, a spring day with the windows open, and
nubile,
too comfortable in bed, and I was like, this is gonna be warm for a while, and then warm long enough to fall asleep until I woke up freezing.
Yeah, no, I've done that before too.
Smelling of piss.
Yeah, I'll share something vulnerable with you,
please.
I
feel like I've shared a lot. You gotta.
No, I will. So I have
maybe
like
too much.
I have like OCD and shit, and like one of the things I would do is like I would like worry about like having to like pee and like trying to go to sleep and like I have to wake up and go to the bathroom and like pee. So beforehand, I would like force myself to like pee,
like you were like
really really hard,
like try to push it out.
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
Just like I don't know, like force.
Like you're like squeezing, like trying to you did a hand motion.
Kind of like
damn.
Kind of like you're like taking a shit, like you're like
same muscle, like contraction,
like flexing, like the piss out.
Yeah.
And then I would do that. I did that for like 6 months, and then like I got like
hemorrhoids, right?
I don't know if it was hemorrhoids,
Hemorrhoids?
but I fucked up like my abdominal like muscles, and I had like probably like one of the most pain besides getting tased that I've had in my life, just like because I was like stretching like the muscle too hard.
Like
and
you
I was
pulled the muscle from
and then I had to get like an ultrasound to like see if like I like fucked anything up for that.
Very unique injury.
And then I used to I know.
That's a very unique injury.
I know. I was trying to write a joke about it. I was like, I tried to put like piss so hard out of my dick that like I made myself pregnant. Then I had to get like an ultrasound.
I had to get lady treatments.
Yeah, and then what I would do is like I used to like just have like piss bottles like in like around like my bed, so I would just like, so like I wouldn't like force myself, and if I had to, I could just do that.
I have that now. I have a in the car. I have one of those, those bedside, those medical ones. I have one of those in the car now that I only use for emergencies. It's not like just if I'm bored.
Yeah.
Or if I'm lazy.
Pat, you want to know something crazy?
Huh.
I have one of those in my room right now.
Dude, it's sometimes you're just comfortable. Sometimes there's
maybe I'm too comfortable.
There's like okay, so this is a weird phenomenon, and like I feel like I have it a lot, and I don't know what it is exactly, but there's like a thing where like the first time when I like word it perfectly and it comes out so effortlessly when I'm trying a joke, and like and also like I love also when I am able to record it.
Yeah.
Because like I'm like, but I feel like that's also my downfall because and like it seems like every time I've tried it since then, the more I try to make it that.
Yeah.
I don't know what's funny about it. Like I don't know how I can recapture that. But like I had a joke about like actually enjoying or like missing depression, like and like having like
missing depression.
Yeah, like just being like, man, like I don't know, like it's just.
Damn, I wish I had your problems, Pat.
Yeah, it's very privileged, but it's like a thing. Like it's essentially trying to ultimately trying to minimize depression's power. Like just to say like it's just eating. You know, it's eating and sleeping. Like, what the fuck? I love that shit. Like, it's great. I should be. So, it's. I don't know how to. I like. Do you have that like where you try a new thing and you like. It works the first, like you were just saying, like, oh, I tried to do a thing where about talking about that injury.
Yeah.
It feels like, oh, the first time I talk about it, it's so. Like I don't know what it is. Like, did it work the first time you tried? Were you able to try it multiple times or?
I've honestly only did it like once, like a while ago, and then I got like embarrassed, and then I stopped talking about it. But I'm willing to try it again.
It's one. I don't know. Like there's things that like that are embarrassing that are like I feel like a lot of times can be like you don't realize how weird they are or like how relatable they are a lot of times.
Yeah, that's why I feel like
yours might not be.
Yeah, I just don't want to like. Sometimes I get in my head like I'm gonna make like the audience like uncomfortable, like how much I share, but then a lot of the times like those are like my best like bits if I'm like more vulnerable.
Same. That's what I'm saying is like those things where like it's funny because people are like, oh, you know, you got to be confident in what you say. Like I don't know, it feels like when I'm the most timid. Is also when I'm the most careful, so I'm also the most precise. Yeah, like the most like I have to make sure I word it exactly this way. So maybe that's I don't know. Maybe it's about being more present. Maybe I'm learning something here.
You know me.
Can you believe that?
I'm an academic.
I know. Even though you
I like to teach.
You took the podcast on. You put one of those jackets that has the little patches on this. Elbows.
That would be awesome. I'll be like Dead Poets Society.
Yeah. Oh, Captain, my Captain?
Right? I think so. I've honestly never seen that movie.
I haven't either. We
should watch it after this.
Yeah, let's watch it right now. Take that towel off.
That TV doesn't work, though.
Oh, fuck.
We can do it on that TV.
No.
Fuck it.
I'm not watching it with her.
Because she hates cats. I should get back to
past it.
I should finish my plasma story.
You're right. Sorry. I diverted. That's what I told you. I didn't want to.
No, this is great.
I always
don't get in your head. This is great.
This is why people don't have me on their podcast, I think. Take over.
Sometimes I need help with like getting a convo going. Because I don't know, sometimes I'm awkward as fuck, but you know that.
I don't think it's awkward. I think it's you're maybe consistently vulnerable.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I think you're just like.
Is that bad though?
No, I think it's like, or maybe it's like consistently honest, and that's not like, and people will always take that as a negative thing, because honestly, I feel like people want the truth about them, people want the truth about them, but only when they ask for it.
Yeah.
Like they don't want the truth about them unsolicited, because then that's just criticism. Like that's what they take it as, but like.
Yeah.
Being truthful isn't always just criticism. I think a lot of times it's with, like somebody will go like, I'll go like, hey, how you doing? And you'll just be like, oh, not great. People are uncomfortable by that. I don't mind. I want to help. Like I want to, like you're my pal. Thanks. So if you say I'm not doing well, so but that's the separate. That's the thing that's different. I think where most people put the mask, saying like, everything's great.
Yeah. Do
you know what I mean? Like you're more realized in like your development, because whereas you'll still be positive or polite or pleasant to talk to, but you'll also be honest and say like, I'm struggling a little bit, it's not things aren't going great. You'll generalize to give people an out. But for the most part I'll dig because you're my pal and I want to find out what's going on. So
thanks, man.
So like that's I feel like where I go like everything's great, but like what did you do all day? Like I don't know, I just sat.
Yeah. You
Like
can be honest with me though.
yeah, I know.
I'm not like that with everybody though. Like
I think I am too. Yeah.
people that I don't know that well, I'm not gonna be like I'm not doing great. I'll
Oh,
just like
maybe that's
lie.
it. Yeah, maybe it's just what I get. So
Yeah.
maybe I'm
I'm very honest with people and like that I do stand up with or that are, like my friends.
because they can
both.
relate probably.
Yeah.
You know.
And I don't know.
I think everybody has that. I think everybody has that a little bit, and people that don't, I think at least that know enough people that don't judge.
Yeah.
Like I think it's getting that normalized to be like, I was depressed all day. Like,
Yeah.
better luck tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like one of those things of like, it's not to me. It's not a hot cold thing. It's just like you know.
Yeah.
I have goals. Try to set goals for myself of like, not being as compulsive. Like I think I have impulse control issues.
Yeah, me too.
So I think really that's it. It's not necessarily addictions. It's things, routines, unhealthy routines I get into.
Yeah.
Soda. It's something as simple as soda, or it's something as, I guess you could say damaging, but as something as as bad as like masturbating. Like being like, don't do it today. Like fuck. It's like some days literally I'll just be like, damn. Because it's like I was not supposed to do that today.
Yeah.
Whoops.
No, I'm smiling because I've literally had like the same thought about.
That's what I'm saying. It's like that's why you share that stuff. Also, I'm sharing it with all of your listeners, but also, but it's one of those things that like you gotta like say, all right, well, what's left? What didn't I do today that I'm trying not to do? I can still focus on that. And then some days you lose.
Yeah.
You didn't lose the war. It's just you lose the battle, and that's honestly like I like struggle. Mm-hmm. I enjoy like I was talking about it somebody recently, and I think the things that gravitate me to most inebriations, let's just say, like whether it be like mushrooms, weed, anything like that. Like the thing that I enjoy is the thing that I think most people are like, oh, that makes me too paranoid, or that makes me too this. Like I like, because it's almost like practicing to be like, hey, everything's cool, or just to be like, just to like, because I know I took a thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm still here, and I know that like I'll get lost in thoughts, sure, and I'm gonna have maybe dark thoughts or weird thoughts or whatever, but I'm not. Yeah. I know that like it kind of helps me
ground yourself.
Yeah, ground myself and also reflect, because it's one of those things of like, if you're gonna be locked in your thoughts, you better work some shit out.
Yeah. And
that's personally, I know my body chemistry works that way, but like. I think that's what it is. It's like most people will say like, "Oh, that makes me paranoid," or I feel like I'm talking like Kanye. No, I'm with you. I used to like I don't know. I was like, the older I get, like I used to like love like weed like a lot, and then I just get like it's been turning on me recently. I heard recently, this was that same conversation, like what I was saying, that somebody got something. THC toxicity, something, whatever, where like now, like it's the weirdest thing. Every time it's this lady I roll with, do jujitsu with. Her son is like a big pothead, and she's a cool mom. She's like, her son, by the way, is like, I think in his 30s or 40s, maybe. Okay. I think maybe 20s. Like he's an adult man. Yeah. Whatever he is, late 20s, 30s, I don't know. Okay. I'm vaguing it up enough. And it like went to the doctor because he was like super super cold, super hot, like couldn't. It was like his temperature was all off, like body temperature. He was puking. He was super anxious. Yeah. And it was every time he was smoking, and the doctor was like, "Yeah, it's something with, it's not." He's seen it. He's like, I've seen it a little bit more recently. Obviously, I think because people are, like, so regularly using marijuana. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like whether it be vapes or whatever, that dabs, edibles. Like people are like, "Oh, I take an edible, go to the gym every day." Like, what? Damn. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
used to do that. I
but
used
that
to get high every time before I went to Planet Fitness.
yeah, I think that's like in some people's bodies, like they get to this point where they're like every time. So I was like, I was like, so wait, so why doesn't he just stop? Everybody was just like, well, why doesn't he just stop? She's like, he's like scared to, like he doesn't, he's scared to be anxious, like he's nervous about being nervous, so he's like continue. He's like, oh well, I think I feel okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're sobering up, and then he's like, okay, so you're going in and blah, 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 like
Yeah.
as soon as he hits it again. So it's this with him. It's almost like a compulsion. So we were like suggesting like CBD, like they actually have like flour and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and
Like high CBD flour. Yeah.
yeah, stuff like that. I think I was like, I think I kind of want to try that a little bit more, just to ramp it down a little, because I
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to get to the point where I feel like I'm abusing it, especially with
Yeah.
those impulse control issues that I feel like I have. I don't want it just to be so. Like some days I'll be like, I just won't do it, and like I won't do anything until like the end of the day, or like because
Yeah.
usually it does help me sleep and stuff like that. But also maybe I need to try to like because my thought of that is not necessarily I need to be healthier and I need to think of the future. My thing is, what if there's an apocalypse? I don't know how to grow weed,
Yeah.
so I don't want to have to do the things I'm going to have to do for weed in the apocalypse. That's not a need for me. I don't want
Yeah.
it to feel like a need. Right now, it doesn't feel like a need, but it
Yeah.
just feels like a really really want, which might be
No,
a
I
need.
get that.
You know.
Yeah.
But your experience is obviously different, you know.
Yeah.
So you were doing what were like the milligrams that you would do? Like you were getting like wasted high?
Pretty much. Like it was, I would have like vapes that are like 91%,
Wow.
or like flour that's like 26%,
Yeah.
like pretty high THC. And I don't know, just like I stopped taking like one of like my antidepressants while I was in rehab, and like after that, like my experiences with weed have been like different,
Yeah.
which I don't know. I might try to get off of this. I'm on Zoloft right now, and that's been. I think it's definitely like been affecting like my mental state. I think in probably like a negative way at this point.
Yeah.
But I'm also nervous to like be on like nothing sort of thing.
Yeah, I think that's the thing is like is because I even think about that sometimes with like vitamins. So
Yeah.
I take vitamins, and it's not because like I think I'm not what I'm doing is I'm replacing what I know I'm not. I had an adult Happy Meal on my way here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't have, and I think I had fast food for breakfast too because I wanted to eat before I went grocery shopping. That's one thing I learned as an adult. You gotta eat something. You gotta make sure you don't go shopping hungry.
Yeah.
But like I know I'm not getting all the things that my body needs to be good and healthy
Yeah.
by what I'm putting into it. So at least I can take those little pills that help,
Yeah.
like maybe fill in some gaps. But I'm still, it's not counterbalancing the terrible garbage that I put in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
But that's good that you're like thinking about that. Like I
Yeah.
won't even like sometimes like I won't like eat like till like fucking 4 o'clock in the day.
well, it was weird. Like I think, but that's also that's just fasting, right?
I like to, that'd be a nice way to phrase it, but
If all you were doing was drinking water up until that point, or water and coffee, or unsweetened, whatever,
Yeah.
then yeah, I think you're all right.
yeah, I don't know. I guess
Is it Mountain Dew?
sometimes,
Oh.
but like I would like go like, and like I would like lose like weight to the point where I was like underweight,
Yeah.
and like people would like be like,
I gotta tell you, I've never had that problem.
I don't know. I think it's a depression thing because like
Yeah.
sometimes I just like don't want to like eat.
Yeah,
It's kind of like this
I
again.
get that.
I gotta like eat again.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's like maybe that's why like I don't have whatever. I don't have the one commercial that says chronic depression. I just have maybe moderate to, not even moderate to severe. Maybe just moderate depression.
Yeah.
Because I definitely have those days where I'm like, I just don't want to eat anything. And then there's other days where I'm like, I'll like it's that's why it's an impulse thing. I think it's like manic things where it's like it's just kind of like, oh my god, I got to do something, and I just I got all these things to do, shut down, or I got all these things to do. All right, I'll just do these really stupid other things like distractions, like I'm gonna eat garbage, or I'm gonna watch garbage, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it's it's at least a thing that like they're traits that I'm working on. Like so I think that's really about like, but I've never been so depressed that I've not eaten enough to be underweight. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's not, I know it's not a diet plan, but
maybe it's like, I don't know what it is. Like sometimes like it just sounds like depression sometimes, but like food doesn't taste as good as like it used to, sort of thing.
I can imagine that.
And
or nothing sounds good. Like nothing like no matter what,
like music kind of doesn't sound as good.
Yeah, like nothing. Yeah, you can't get comfortable. Like all that. Yeah, it's all those things that like, it's just you're uneasy. Yeah, I get that. That it's that's why it's it's a sickness, because like that's the same kind of feelings you get when you're like you have a cold or flu or something like that. Like those are feelings. They go with other things. There's just a different cause for it. Like you have the same like.
My brain has a cold.
Your brain is telling your body like, don't eat chicken McNuggets.
Yeah.
Even like that's the thing is like even with like DoorDash and things like that. There's
I have a Grubhub.
You Grubhub?
Yeah.
But see, even that, like I've done that where I'm like, all right, I'll spend extra money. I have a little extra money or whatever. To like it's this much more than it would be just to go grab it.
Yeah.
I can have it delivered here, but it's
like
also
3
like
times more.
I've even had it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's so funny too because like when you look at it, you're like, oh, it says no delivery fee, perfect, and it's like, oh, there's
like
still a service fee, and then there's also tax
tip.
and all this other shit. So I go like, but then I start like looking for something, and I'm like, nothing. I don't want to make a choice, and I just kind of move along, like, and then just end up not eating all day. And then I get home and I'll have like, then I'll be like, okay, well I can just warm this up, or I'll do this, or I can, I'll just eat chips or something. You know what I mean? Like, by the way, sorry, I have to pee really bad. Can we take
we can pause.
Sorry.
There we go.
Hey.
Okay.
Hi.
We're perfect.
Okay.
We just took a bathroom break.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a pretty thick stream. I could hear it. I liked it.
It's like it had to come out. Like I've had nothing but liters and liters of piss waiting to burst out. I think I actually had to pee. I don't know. Like I think if you ever see me, just know I have to pee. That's it.
Yeah, that's
it. Like we discussed that earlier with the pee jugs. Like we should have had pee jugs here because. We got blankets on our lap. We could. I guess if you heard my stream from upstairs, you probably wouldn't have been able to keep it off mic. But still, people would understand.
Yeah, you can just piss on my snuggie if you want.
Just pee. Just kind of bunch it up.
Yeah. These couches are paid for.
$50, cash in hand.
Yeah.
Each. Again, I can't remember each.
Yes.
Okay. $100 total. These.
Those are before I was born.
Jesus, really?
I don't know how.
These are in great condition.
Well, they've been in our basement for like. We moved in here.
Did you forget when you were born?
Yeah, we moved in here the year before I was born, so 98.
This is a nice house. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay, that's a nice house.
Well, it was just.
You show your age.
It was like half as big like a year ago, because we just expanded it.
Is this new?
This is new, yes.
That's why you had to get the couches.
Oh, yeah.
That's why these couches finally came out of the basement.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Those are going to be the original. We used to do a couple pods on those couches, and then I got the great deal of these $50 couches.
And we're back on couches. I'm sorry,
we're back.
Guys. Yeah.
Oh, I should finish the plasma story.
Yeah.
So I would just I would get like high before like getting like plasma donated, because like I'm not a big fan of needles, and then I would just get like really paranoid like right before they went in, and then a couple people were like, "Hey Tyler, are you high right now?" And I was like, "Yeah."
How you can't lie? Yeah. Wait, what like just like weed high?
Yeah,
okay,
just weed
good.
high.
Yeah.
They dude, that would be fun. That would be funny, like being like on like amphetamines.
Yeah,
like...
I don't know if you're like smoking meth or something like that.
No.
Are you high? Why?
I've never done meth.
Me neither.
Just weed,
crack,
booze, crack.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, damn.
No. Mushrooms and Xanax and
yeah.
Klonopin and Adderall,
but you did like
that's about it.
So I just found out about Cosequin, which is
what is that?
It's for cats' joints. That you can sprinkle on their food, and also works good for urinary tract issues. So
for humans?
No.
Oh.
For cats.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you get high off it?
No.
Okay. Why are you even telling me?
That's all the drug knowledge I know. I just basically I don't know anything that you didn't just name. Like, I don't know most of the things. Like, I know kind of mushrooms. I know weed, kind of. Even still, like my first dealer was like my brother.
I think you know weed.
A little bit now, but not to the sense of like.
When was the first time you smoked?
It must have been like a young teenager, like early teens, maybe.
Like 15,
yeah,
14.
like 14, 15, something like that. And it was like, I remember early on I didn't like it because it made me so paranoid.
Yeah.
And it also was like, either I couldn't tell if it was working, or it was like by the time the 15th time I was asking myself, are they high? Am I high? I'm just like, oh, I'm high. And then I was just like, that's not fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like a cool, chill feel, you know? So I never really enjoyed it, but I didn't really enjoy it probably till I think I was like 27. I started doing it. That's when I quit smoking cigarettes.
Okay.
And I kind of didn't exactly 100% replace. It's not like, I definitely don't smoke as much weed as I did cigarettes, for sure. But I smoked for probably like, since I was like 16, from 16 to like 27, yeah.
Wow.
So yeah.
I'm glad you quit.
Yeah, me too.
I'm trying to quit.
Yeah. You still smoke cigarettes?
A little
kind
bit.
Of like you're like kind of like on like, yeah. I honestly, what it was is like, so what it was kind of like
from 10 a day to like 4 now.
That's good. That's like, that's kind of how I did it. Like I kind of, also I was doing like the roll your own. Like you could either have them rolled at a machine, like you rent the machine and you buy the tobacco.
Yeah.
You buy the tubes, but you roll them.
Yeah.
Like
I'm too lazy to do that.
It's like one of those things. And like those are all right. Like then I realized, okay, it's just the habit. It's not necessarily just the chemicals.
Yeah.
It's more of the habit. It's more of that. And it's also, what can I, so it was it basically got to the point where I eventually bought, the last pack I bought was like a pack of cigarettes of like, I didn't like, just so that every time I'd smoke them, it would kind of like make me gag. I bought like ultra light 100s.
Yeah.
Marlboro Ultra Light 100s, something like that.
I kind of like light cigarettes.
Ugh, it was disgusting. Like, dude, you would light it, and I would. You know how like sometimes when you go to suck on your cigarette and it's not lit, and you just suck in cold tobacco, stale tobacco air kind of thing, and you're like, it's just kind of. That's what it would feel like. Smoke like when it was fully lit, a Marlboro Ultra Light 100.
Yeah.
I don't know why I got 100s. Maybe I was a fancy lady, but.
Is it just 100 just like more tobacco in it versus like
they're just longer. I don't even know if it's more. Maybe it is because I don't think they're more money.
Yeah, they're like the same price.
Yeah.
I always thought that was odd.
Then I thought
aren't you getting more tobacco?
Then I thought it was better because I would get those. Remember those Marlboro 67s? Or I think they're still around, right? Those little ones, the short ones.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'll just get those, and I'm like, wait, I'm paying almost the same as cigarettes.
Yeah.
And I'm getting way less, and they suck. I don't like these. Like they taste like Take 5 gum or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't miss cigarettes at all, and I don't think it's like. And also, like some days I'll, if I have stuff to do, like some days I'll just like not smoke weed for. It's not like I'm like wake a bag every day. You know what I mean? Like kind of thing. But I also do see the value in that too. Some days, those are the days that I don't have anything to do. I'm going to watch some YouTube videos and drink some coffee. I like doing what's called a I call stoner speedballs, and it's espresso and weed.
Okay.
It's basically
that sounds like a panic attack.
Uppers and downers. Yeah. Yeah, well, indica, usually indica.
Okay.
So yeah. But I didn't really want to like. I started smoking cloves when I was like really young. Then it switched to cigarettes because it was cooler. I don't know. Like I don't know.
I don't know if I've ever seen like a clove like in person.
They're weird. They're like they just smell. Have you ever smelled like cloves, like the like the spice or whatever? That's exactly what they smell like. Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
Does it like feel like? What do you feel like?
It's like a mix between a cigar and a cigarette. That's like the best. It's not even like a blunt, like not even like that, but like I feel like I said blunt weird, but it's like a I don't know. It's just like a spicy cigarette.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't think
Latina
you're supposed to.
No,
a spicy cigarette. No,
I shouldn't have said that. It's garbage.
Cut that out.
Cut that out.
Cut that out, computer.
Oh,
Siri.
I was just at Latin night at the comedy.
Oh, so then you're okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, leave it in. Leave it in.
Okay.
Leave it in. No. I like that we both look at the computer. I'm going to just start looking at the computer and see how many times I can get you to look.
I'm just going to get paranoid.
Yeah, that's great for an audio podcast. Sorry. But yeah,
I did make out with someone at Latin night.
Did you really?
Yes.
Hey, tell me more.
It was
kiss and tell. Wait, somebody that we know? Or can you talk about it? Or?
Yeah, I can talk about it. It was Joe Ahmed's girlfriend's friend.
Oh. Gee, I was like, Joe Ahmed, okay. Girlfriends, oh boy.
I have kissed Joe.
I don't know why it was okay first that just Joe. I guess because I didn't want you to cheat on him, get him to cheat. But so is she, what's her friend like?
She's okay. She went back to Queens.
Oh, so she's a queen.
New York, I guess.
Nice.
I think she was like 37.
Yes, queen. 37. How old is Joe? Or Joe's friend or girlfriend? I'm judging.
I don't know.
That sounded very judgmental. You know what? That sounded so judgmental. I was
a little
How dare
stoned. I don't recall.
Get out of here. What?
Yeah.
Were you cloved up, bro?
I was so close.
You should get some cloves. Get some. Okay, so get Maui.
Where do you buy cloves?
Okay, so I think like tobacco store, like not like just any convenience store. Normally they can be, but there's ones. I'm gonna look them up real quick that I suggest. If I'm gonna give the pat seal of approval on what clove you should start with. Do they
help
seasoned.
you quit regular cigarettes?
No. They're awful. They're awful for you. They first of all, they're popularized by goths.
Yeah.
So strike one. I'm just kidding. I'm not here to goth shame. Cloves.
I'm not a goth.
Cloves. Oh, this is benefits. So I want clove cigarettes. I think I need to specify. I don't think Google is as naughty as I am.
Yeah, they are. They have porn all over Google.
No, they don't. Clove cigarettes. Types. Right? Oh, they have without nicotine. Who the fuck would do that? All right. So there's the traditional black. Dejarm black. Like those right there. Let me find the images here. Oh, boy. I went to the website. Do not want to order them. Going to images. All right. So here's all the varieties of. There's black. There's these here. Select. Right? Special. I've never seen these blue ones or the green ones. They have menthol. See, these are ones I'm telling you about.
Okay.
This is where it's like so they the only reason I feel like they're somewhat natural is because they taste like clove and they smell like clove.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, yeah, there's like nicotine, there's chemicals in it. But I would say right here, these Bali High. Those, you see what I'm?
Bali High.
Yeah, those or the ones right next to them. I would say both of those are kind of like a tropically type of flavor. They're pretty cool.
And they feel like a cigar and a cigarette.
And I would also suggest not inhaling them, at least starting out, because they're all, like I said, they're also much. I don't know if actually even they suggest to inhale them,
yeah.
But they're and they're not like, and they're just basically like cool looking cigarettes. The blacks are like just black, all black cigarettes. I'm surprised.
Okay,
I'm surprised.
I have seen them before.
Okay, yes,
I remember that.
But the Bali High look more like a regular cigarette. They're like white with a brown tip.
Okay.
So if you just want to church it up, if you're only having like 4,
Yeah.
if you just want the, hand to mouth kind of thing, or do you actually inhale and like do smoke rings and like stand on your head, do tricks and shit?
I can do the smoke ring.
Can you do an ollie?
Very poorly. I can almost do an ollie. I was skateboarding
with a cigarette.
With Manny, I was practicing some ollies, but I can't really do them now.
Why not?
I haven't practiced them.
Because you don't have Manny's. I almost said surfboard. What the fuck?
I don't have Manny's.
I gotta put my phone down.
Yeah.
I'm back.
You're back.
Sorry, I was Googling Dejarm, and then I just
good.
started going into my normal loop. I had to. I told you recently I erased Instagram, the app.
Yeah.
Because it just like, dude, it's weird. I don't consciously crave the like scrolling or any of that shit, but like I'm just like, if I'm not doing something else, I'm doing something. Like that's just another impulsive thing that I do that I don't like. Why do I just scroll it? But the thing that sucks, because much like food, I definitely eat my feelings, and I definitely eat impulsively for sure. Is like that technically you do need to eat to survive.
Yeah.
Technically, I do need to self-promote and put content out, because that is the job, the profession I chose.
Yeah.
So there's like a love-hate relationship, but I definitely don't need to be doing it while podcasting. I'm unprofessional. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize.
I take it back then. Fuck you.
Fuck me.
I've done that. Have you ever done that?
Probably.
This is my favorite thing. So, when you're in the store, I'm an over-apologizer like crazy. I'm not necessarily in your way, you're not necessarily in my way, but I'll always go, hey, oops, sorry about that. Excuse me, pardon me. Boop, boop. Like one of those things of, I don't want to be in anyone's way.
You're a polite man.
Very polite. I really am. Oh, to a fault, I think a lot of times. So, so I think I've done it now where someone is very much at fault, I'll still, I'll go, oh, sorry, excuse me, sorry about that. Mm-hmm. And they just walk past. I go, you know what? I take that back.
You say that?
Yeah, I've started taking back apologies.
How do people respond to that usually?
They honestly, there's only been like 1 or 2 times where actually somebody like looks back like, huh? But like for the most part, I just don't think they're paying attention at all. But I just want it to be known to anybody else that heard, I'm not a bitch. They're not taking that apology. I'm going to save that for someone that smiles at me.
I like that.
That's one of those things. I'm not going to waste kindness on dickheads.
True.
Like that, you say,
sometimes
kill them with kindness.
Dickheads need the most kindness.
Great, yeah, and I throw it out there. I go, hey, here's a little kindness. Somebody says, I've heard that before. Like people get shamed for.
You're an Indian giver with kindness.
Take it easy. It's a crisscross applesauce giver.
Oh yeah, I should.
Yeah, see that? Jeez, today.
On.
Oh my god!
Indigenous
You almost called it
Day?
Indians Day, didn't you? You son of a bitch. You're a piece of shit. Indigenous Peoples Day.
I said Indigenous.
Peoples of Day. Indigenous nature.
I shouldn't be saying Indian giver.
That was, but it is kind of funny that you did.
Yeah.
That like naturally happened. That's like saying something about forgetting about 9/11 on 9/11.
Yeah.
But is that kind of thing of like I'm giving them the nice thing.
Yeah.
But if they're completely oblivious about it, I can't remember the point I was going to make.
About being kind to dickheads.
Oh no! Oh, there's a whole shame thing with like if you give to a person, if you give to someone, or you do a nice thing for someone, and they aren't appreciative of it, or they don't say thank you, or whatever it may be, and then you're like, well, now I feel shitty about it, because like you didn't.
Yeah, acknowledge.
Well, not acknowledge. It's not even acknowledge, but like just. Like that is a kindness that I try to show to people that are just invite me into their home.
Yeah.
Like legitimately, I'm borderline vampire. Like I will wait next to the door with my shoes on, just in case you're one of those families that I've never been a family that takes their shoes off at the door, but I've been in plenty of houses. I'm like a dog, dude. Yeah. I need to be called over and told I'm a good boy, kind of thing of. But if I hold the door for someone, and I say, "Have a nice day," or hope blah blah blah. I say, hey, I do the "You're welcome." I do that kind of shit because it's, dude. I'm not doing it for that, but you need to do your part.
Yeah.
Here. Like if this was it's to me, I live by the golden rule.
Yeah.
Treat others the way you would be treated.
Yeah.
Somebody came up and handed me $1 just because like I said, hey, can I have $1? You know what I mean? Like I've done that before. I've begged for money at a show for a shirt because I was a piece of shit teenager.
Yeah.
But you better believe I hugged everyone that gave me money, and I said I tell the story to this day. It was at Unearth with Atreyu and Norma Jean. That was the lineup. Do you know any of those bands?
Norma Jean.
It's okay.
I don't.
You don't have to.
I remember Norma Jean.
That was actually Marilyn Monroe. That's
Marilyn
probably
Monroe.
what that's okay.
Real name.
The great bands.
I just watched that movie.
I actually haven't seen
Blonde.
that yet. Oh yeah, you did the review. I haven't listened
stupid.
yet.
I was gonna do like a whole.
Isn't it a video actually?
Review. Yeah, and then I was just depressed. Then I just upload like a 14-second version.
That's better. Hey, 14-second depression review.
I
liked it, but it didn't break my depression. So as far as movies, 10. But as far as cures for depression, 0.
Definitely, it would probably cause more depression.
Right.
It's just like
it's just her bummer. It's just like her death,
and it's
right?
like not even like real. Like it's like based on like a novelization of like a fictionalized version like of her life.
So is it Marilyn Monroe in the movie, or is it like Patricia Peterson?
No, it's Marilyn Monroe,
okay.
But like a lot of the stuff in the movie like never happened.
Oh, I didn't like the Elvis movie. Everybody's been like blowing the Elvis movie. Even they said like the second half is great. The first half is almost unbearable in my opinion. Have you seen it?
I have seen it.
What did
I
you
watched
think?
It with my parents.
What do they
with
think?
My cat hating mother.
Let me guess. She loved it.
She enjoyed it. She did not love it.
She's like throwing her underwear at the.
No, she's not like that.
Okay.
She's a good Christian woman.
I was gonna say I'm surprised they allowed it in the house.
We went to the.
Did you watch it with cardboard across the bottom of the screen?
No, we went to the theater.
Oh, across the bottom of that screen, and the drive-through you did on the windshield.
Yeah.
She had like the sun visor up. Don't wash the hips.
Yeah.
No, I think that was a problem, right?
What?
Wasn't that a problem? Like back in the day,
Oh yeah, they were like it's too scandalous and sexual for him to like
the way he
shake.
dances and shakes his hips.
That was like, yeah, I thought it was okay. Like the directing and like the story was like. And I hated Tom Hanks's character.
I never got used to that
voice.
stinking fucking accent of his. I don't know if that's what that guy sounded like, but I'm sorry if
I can't even do it.
It's like any voice that you do to make fun of it just sounds like a really good version of his. Hi, it's Mr. Presley. Yes, like it's almost like Borat, and like Borat's dad. That's what he sounds like. That's
European Borat.
Yeah, European. You don't want to go over there. You want to stay here with the good old boys.
That's a very good impression.
And I'm trying to mock it. I can't do a bad version of it. And I didn't get used to it. Like how usually like at first you're like, what the fuck? Like I went to a play recently, and at first I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like after 10 or so minutes. Of getting when they do like the scene switches, like when they change the scenery or whatever, like it's like really quick, but it's also like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's kind of entertaining seeing how they did it.
Yeah.
So, but like with his voice, it was just like
grating the entire movie.
Yeah, I was like, wait, is he wasn't Southern? And I found out like he actually was not. He was like, from. Damn it.
Somewhere in Europe, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Norway or something, but like he's like he's not. He's like
Slovenia or some shit.
Yeah, Transylvania.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Elvis! I sucked in your blood. But it was so weird, like you said, grating. It was just like every time he talked, it was like, is this supposed to be a comedy?
Yeah. Because
Tom Hanks is hilarious usually. Love him in comedies, but. Jeez Louise, what is this?
Yeah.
It was almost like, you ever see The Terminal?
No.
It's like that voice. He does like almost that kind of same, he's from some small, very small, like Slavic type country. And he gets stuck in an airport because his country's like gets overturned or taken over by another country and he has nowhere to go.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting story.
I know they were in an airport. I just didn't know the backstory.
Catherine Zeta-Jones. Yeah, right. But he has like a less offensive accent in that thing, and it's like a made up Borat type accent. I think. Yeah. Again, I don't know how much accent or how much what is it research he does for his roles.
I don't think he's a method actor.
I don't think so either.
No,
but
he's no Jack Nicholson.
So right. Man, Elvis to me was just not honest enough, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was cool, but it was also felt like it was like, see, it's all his fault.
Yeah.
It's this manager guy, but it's like,
true.
Wasn't Elvis, didn't he date like a 14-year-old?
Yeah, that was when he was in the war in that scene.
Yeah.
When he was talking to the girl, she was like 14.
Oh, Elvis, you dated a 14-year-old. Oh, cool. Very cool.
Like, let's make this 25-year-old actress play this, like, child, but let's not address that she was a child.
And he's just like, hey, can I buy your daughter?
Yeah.
And they're just like, hey, it's great. And then there's like, and then the parts, so that's what I was saying is like the parts in the Broadway show that I saw where they were switching to another scene were more smooth and transitional than the cut scenes in that fucking movie, dude.
Yeah.
When they just like zoom across like it's like Crazy Taxi or something.
And they had like I love that game.
I was going for a weird funky
Are you ready for
title.
some Crazy Taxi?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
here we go.
It just seemed insane. Like, whoa, everything's going. You know, like it seemed like they were trying to be like a play that was turned into a movie. But
and they had like rap music in it. Too,
yeah, it was like, why are you doing all
reason.
These remixes and shit? Like, I don't understand. Like, can I just? Because I am not that familiar with. I know that he's been dead probably longer than I've been alive.
He's been dead 50 years, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's been dead way longer than I've been alive. But I don't want to... Like, I haven't done my own research about it. Mm-hmm. And a movie like that where most of the people that would probably sue are dead.
Yeah.
So we don't know how many people are being held accountable.
Probably zero.
You know what I mean? Like, so, like, again, like, we all know that he was...
I wonder if his
married to
his bride is still alive.
Priscilla? No, I think she did just pass away recently.
Did she die?
She may have.
Maybe that's why they
honestly,
made it now.
You know, that's just. I'm not going to Google it. Let's just speculate. Grimace, do you know?
Grimace.
By the way, I don't know if this
you should introduce Grimace.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say I had my adult Happy Meal and I got a Grimace toy, which is just a.
Can I hold it?
Just a hollow piece of plastic. Look on his belly. He's got a prison tattoo on his belly there. What's it say?
P69. P69.
Pad 69, bro. They knew I was coming.
Damn.
I opened it.
I don't know if limited
it's...
edition?
Yeah, they're a limited edition. I probably shouldn't have opened it, right?
I mean,
I don't care. I'm not gonna. By the way, it's $12.99. It's for a Whopper with a toy, and that's not bad. Or not a Whopper. What's the thing? Big Mac.
For $12.99.
A Big Mac, fries, drink, and a toy for $12.99 in the box. Like the box is in the car. You can have the box if you want.
That's okay.
All right.
You can keep your
I'm
box.
using it for a trash can right now.
Okay.
But I thought this was perfect because this was the. I like this guy and I like the Hamburglar.
Yeah.
But they're calling it nostalgic. I have no idea what the fuck any of that stuff is. I literally heard about that on the radio. I've seen the commercials for it.
Yeah, why does he have 4 eyes? Is it because Halloween?
It's something to do with cactus plant fleet. This is why they're doing it, by the way. So now they're talking about it. I'm talking about it. You're talking about it.
Yeah.
Cactus
free
plant flea
advertising.
market. Recommended for children 3 and over. Avoid.
That's us.
Yeah, shit, we nailed it, dude. Cleared it. It's something. I think this is a clothing brand, but I thought wasn't there a thing with a rapper guy that did something, and also Megan Thee Stallion did something as well.
The Travis Scott meal.
Yeah, but isn't his thing Cactus Jack?
Yeah,
but this is Cactus Flea Market. Is that there's no relation?
No.
Are we? Is that for real?
I don't believe it.
I sound like such an old fuck right now, dude. I know that.
They didn't have any toys for that one, unfortunately.
I just wanted to eat something. And I was like, well, I'm going to... does he... Nope, he doesn't do anything. It's just literally a plastic hollow toy.
Can I see it again?
Yeah, you can hold it.
I thought it was like a...
You
like
can get
soft.
your own, pal.
I thought it was like a
No,
soft
there's nothing
toy.
about it that's interesting or cool, except for the fact that I have one now. That's the cool thing. And if they're limited edition, if it's P69 out of P100, maybe.
That's kind of, you got the best number.
I think, yeah. And it's my initial. It's my name. P69, bro. Pat's 60. I do 69 all the time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
When was the last time you 69'd?
2 days ago.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Lucky.
It's awesome. It's the most practical position. Anybody that disparages 69 has fucking gross genitals, and I'm fucking calling you out, losers.
It's funny because a lot of women don't like 69s.
Yeah, guess what?
You heard it here first.
Clean your pussies.
Hats thinks that.
Guess what? My wife, love it. It's the best seat in the house. Sometimes we even switch. No, that's not true.
Have you ever been on top?
No. I mean, yeah, not like in a traditional, but there's, you have your. I'm very open about this. There's the classic face fuck. You've seen it in the movies, I'm sure, where they drape their head over like that kind of thing. That's kind of like a standing 69.
What do you mean
right?
drape your head over?
Like they're laying on the bed, and they drape over, and they like, you go in there, and then you go the other way. So it's just like a standing, like I said, half. I don't know what half-ass 69.
Half-ass 69.
It's like a 69.
Okay, let's go.
I call it. I even take some fun terms that people don't love in jiu-jitsu. I call there's a position called north-south, which is essentially just 69. And I call it the dry 69 because you're clothed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they don't like that.
Have you ever had a naked jiu-jitsu fight?
No, I haven't. But I've seen those. Have you seen those?
No.
There's like it's a weird, and it's so funny. The only way I can describe the reason I don't feel like I have like a weird like sex addiction or something like that is because like I don't. It's like definitely impulsive behavior. Like it's impulsive behaviors that are the issue, like manic episodes, things like that. But it's more of a like the fact that I'm interested and I know like there are genres and things like this. There's because I don't use this. Like this is not a thing that I use, but I've seen it multiple times. There's like a whole like series of ladies that will wrestle with a gentleman, and then at the end of it, like literally like not like combat, like we're not hitting each other,
like wrestle,
but in a ring, yeah, like they will wrestle each other, like.
I think I've seen something like that. I don't know if I've watched it, but like
It's weird. There's a lane, and
they like suck them off after. Like,
yeah, and like they're like, all right, you win. Like so, it's funny because like okay, win or lose, like you're just gonna do it, right? Like so is it like it's not even like all right, you lose, you gotta go on me, brother. It's just like all right, you win. Like it just goes. They just go for it.
No.
So, but when I used to go to, I used to sing karaoke. There's tattoo shop I used to hang. The same tattoo shop that ended up moving to Tampa.
We get it. You had no other.
No, it's the same tattoo shop that was in downtown St. Pete first.
Never mind.
It's the same one, same guys. At the end of the day, they would go walk down the street to this place called Grand Central Station. That was a gay bar that did like karaoke and stuff, and had pool tables and would serve 16-year-olds apparently. But I would
they would have 69 you if you beat them in a wrestling match.
If you pay enough, yeah. But the next to it was I can't remember what they called it. The platform. Because it was Grand Central Station and then the platform.
Okay.
The platform was a like more of a bondage club. Closer to that. Like they had the rack.
What is a bondage club?
It's more it's
like do sex in this club?
I don't think so. No. It's more of like it's almost like so you know how like a lot of breweries have adult size Jenga and adult size Connect Four and all that size. It's like adult size like dungeon. So like they go to like you can go there and you hang out, have some drinks, and then like I'll tie you up, and instead of playing darts, we're using the rack for a little bit. I'm gonna smack my wife around. They don't actually jizz or anything. They just kind of get whipped for a little bit or something like that. There's also cages and things like that. There's like sub dom shit happening for sure, and not my wife this time. We're not talking about dom, my wife. But but on the screens,
Yeah.
they would have have a rotation of things going on. No music or no audio coming from the TVs because there was just music playing.
Okay.
But the images they would have on TV would
It's
rotate.
The Elvis movie.
Well, not the Elvis movie, but male wrestling, like men wrestling, and not NCAA, but the same uniform in a different room, just two dudes rolling around wrestling.
Like
it's a weird
non-sexually.
No, and there was no suck off at the end, as far as I know. Maybe it was just a clip of another thing.
I don't get what the point of this place.
I'm telling you, dude, it's a lane. It's so interesting to know that there's like a lane of like grappling fetish. I don't have that. I love grappling, but I don't have like. It's never been sexual to me.
Yeah,
it's never been like a. That's why I feel comfortable joking about like, oh, Dry 69.
Yeah.
But I think other people may not be as secure as me. You know,
because they love that.
They love that. Sex. They love that. Whatever that. Whatever the thing is. I already forgot what it was called. Grappling sex.
All right. Dry 69.
Dry 69. The platform. That's what it is. The platform things. But I never really. I'm not really into the whole getting the shit beat out of me stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just familiar with it.
So you're not into like slapping people?
Nah. No. Like even seeing that in the films, don't love it.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like I understand people like it, like the choking and the slapping, and like spitting, like that stuff, like the like spitting.
Yeah. Some people have asked me to spit in their mouths.
Yeah,
I've done it a couple times.
I would do it probably in the moment, but like I don't think like that's not like I'm not like seeking that. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Like you ever notice that like if you happen to notice the same performer in a couple different films.
Oh yeah.
And then you're like, oh, that's his thing. He likes doing. They do the weird thing where they slap the tits or something.
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing that?
Why?
Those are nice.
Those are beautiful.
Be nice.
Those are God's creations.
Yeah. What are you doing? I like a squeeze or a pinch every once, a little, but not like a like. Yeah. They just like whip them.
Yeah.
There's sometimes where like they get like they're not even getting like it's not even like a slap. It's like a palm strike.
Yeah.
Where they're getting like the bone of the hand, not just like the hand meat. You know what I'm talking about? Like where they're like, yeah.
He needs to get
E Honda.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of punching titties.
No.
I'll suck on a titty.
Yeah, and the suck, the bite, the whatever you need. But it's got to be not even the bite. Like even that, it's kind of like one of those.
Yeah.
What are you doing? But also, I don't want to kink shame. Some people might be like, slap my fucking tits. So you're like, okay, spit on my tits.
I've never ran into that.
No.
What's the craziest thing someone's asked you to do?
Craziest thing? I don't know. Honestly, there hasn't been a lot of like crazy requests. I don't think, because there was an issue. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like because honestly, I've had a pretty, like, as far as like sexually, like I've had low number partners, single digits for sure, and not very exploratory until later on. So I think there was a lot of there's been so many awkward times I've had sex.
Yeah.
And there's been awkward situations. I remember the first time I had like unprotected sex, like to completion. Like I don't know, like because you always every once in a while you dip the wick.
Yeah.
You just like let me feel. What's the tip? Let me like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I was so paranoid that I didn't even necessarily like want to do that.
Yeah.
So this was, I think.
Did you CP?
Cerebral palsy.
Did you cerebral palsy in her pussy?
Yeah, I went. I had to talk with the computer for like 3 months. No,
you became Stephen Hawking.
I don't even know if that's the right. If that's the correct
I don't know
thing.
either. It's alright. Let's just roll with it.
I'm definitely shaming though, for but no, they what is that?
Cream pie.
Oh no. So this was the funniest part. So this was the second girl I'd ever had sex with, and she was way more experienced than I was, and I don't even think was in a committed relationship with me.
Mm.
Like, I was in a committed relationship, I think, and I was like infatuated with her because she was, in my opinion, beautiful.
Yeah.
And she was also willing to have sex with me.
Yeah.
And also we were like friends, but it was also like, I think it was just like she was having fun and I was like, we're boyfriend girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
So but like also she had cool parents and all this other stuff, so like I was able to like hang out at her house like in a room and all this other stuff, so we were definitely fucking. And
did the parents let you
I think it was one of those things of like, don't do it in there, and we're like, okay, you know, like we won't come in there either. Like, it was like they gave us their trust and we immediately let them down.
Yeah.
So
you kind of have to, though.
You have to, right? So I remember I was like, I think this was still at the point in our relationship where it was like, it's not for sure we're always going to be doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how sometimes you get into a routine where like, okay, we're going to go to your place, we're going to fuck, we're going to watch TV, we're going to do whatever. Like, it's going to be in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was still early on in our relationship, I put it in parentheses, and I was like watching TV in her room. I was on her bed, and she came out of the shower and like just started like changing in front of me, and I was like, obviously I was like, boom, boner immediately. Naked lady that I find attractive, boom. Mm-hmm. And also, this was somebody that I had dated in middle school. I met her at a show, Lars Fredrickson and the Bastards, I think it was. And I remember we like hit it off.
Jean show?
I fell it. No, not the Norma Jean show. This was at State Theater. This was back in St. Petersburg, my friend.
Okay.
And she was from a different school. You know, the kind of thing where like, oh, we don't have cars. We can't, nothing. It was a phone relationship for a little bit, but it kind of fizzled out. Mm-hmm. Whatever. So this is me dating her later on. We reunited after when we were adults again, old enough to drive. Mm-hmm. So she came out of the shower. She started changing, popped a boneski, and then I was just like, man. And she was like kind of like dancing a little, like I was just like, oh man, this is hot, right? And then she like pulls my fucking dick out, and then just starts riding my dick, and I was just like, I didn't even have time to be concerned. It was probably maybe 15 seconds, but it felt like a
millisecond.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I'm probably giving myself credit for 50. It may be more. I don't know. But it was almost instantaneous because it was just so like it was the hottest thing I had ever experienced to that point.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Oh my god." So I was first of all, I was like, by the time I was like, she's on it and there's no condom, I was like, oh, she's got to get the fuck off. I almost had to push her off, like, whoa, and I was just like, boom, and it was just all over me. So I was like, it was definitely, she did not say like, hey, are you cool with not wearing a bag, dude? Hey, are you like, this was I know that she had a lot more partners than me. I'm not judging. Yeah. I'm not here to, but I'm just saying that would have been cool with hey, is this cool if we do this?
Yeah.
But in retrospect, I think maybe this is my mentality. This is the same mentality that when you hear like, oh, student gets to fuck a teacher, cool. Yeah. You know, that's that same mentality, but like it ended up being one of the coolest traumas I've ever experienced.
Were you like paranoid a lot? Like after
I was terrified. Like I was like immediately I was like, do we need to get like I'm trying, like it's such a fucked up thing because I was trying to be cool, but I was terrified that I was like, did I just like pre-jizz a kid?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No,
because I'm not trying to blow up her spot, but I know that she not had super recently, but kind of within the year had an abortion. So she gets pregnant.
Yeah.
This is jizz, you know?
Yeah.
I have been to health class.
No, I hear you.
I'm terrified.
Yeah.
And up until that point, I think I was using like spermicidal lubricated condoms.
Where do you get those?
This store? What are you talking about?
I haven't seen those.
Maybe since I stopped buying them, they just. But by the way, that's when I learned this unprotected sex is just. It's just the bee's knees.
Yeah, it is the bee's knees.
It is the bee's knees, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah. Obviously now because I'm, married. Yeah. But with her, it was. I went to condoms after that. Like it was just like, hey, we need to rein it in here, lady.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really necessarily trust her, and also obviously found out later on she was dating someone else at the same time.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I might have AIDS. I don't know.
I don't think you have AIDS. You're doing better than Magic Johnson.
Not really. He owns the Dodgers. I'm pretty sure he owns the Dodgers and the Lakers.
But you haven't had to take any medicine, have you?
You're right.
AIDS medicine?
I do take vitamins. So, you know what? I got to tell you, everywhere on the board, Tyler, not doing better than Magic Johnson.
Is vitamins a euphemism for AIDS medicine?
Maybe.
No,
I don't think so. Grimace?
Grimace, what do you think?
Yo, P69, what up?
I had a similar thing. Like one time, like I was like sleeping over at like my girlfriend's house. We were dating for like a week, but I was like, "Hey, do you want to be my girlfriend?"
Yeah, because you're like, dude, hopeless romantic for sure. Like,
Yeah.
I was like the guy that's like, "You want to go steady?" Like, because I was just like, "Can you just stop fucking other guys, please? Just like, can you just fuck me, please?"
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, go on.
And then, and she was like, "I can't get pregnant." And I was
Ever?
Like, that's what she said. And
That's literally what she
that's
said
literally what
in this
she
case.
said.
Okay, got it.
And I like took like a couple sleeping pills because it takes me a while to fall asleep.
Okay.
And
Oh, that wasn't like a part of it.
no.
Okay.
And because I wasn't assuming we were gonna have sex. I was like, oh, she just wants to sleep over.
She busts a fact like that on you, and you didn't think she was hinting towards something?
No, this was I don't know.
She's like laying next to you, and she goes,
now that I'm thinking about it,
"Hey, I can't get pregnant." And you're just like,
I thought we were
cool.
I thought we were gonna have sex at some point, just not that night, I guess.
You were just like, you thought she was like foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Like, by the way, just for further notice, like,
Yeah.
I can't get pregnant, so
Like the next few
Night-night.
weeks, just so you know, I can't get pregnant.
talk to you tomorrow.
And then she starts like kissing me,
Ugh.
and then like I was like, oh shit. And then she said, I want you to bang me. And I was like, do you have a condom? And she's like, no. And then I'm like, okay. And then we start like having like sex, and I'm like,
I like how see, that's what I'm saying, dude. It's like,
and I'm like,
dude, it's
falling
totally
asleep.
for some reason, it's funny when women kind of pressure you into sex. Apparently,
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like where you're like, do you have a condom? She's like, no, and you're just like, okay. And she wasn't like, oh no, you're right. Good
Yeah.
thinking. We shouldn't do this. Like,
Yeah.
she was just like, no,
She's like, I do
and
not.
that, yeah, like no.
And then
Like she put it on, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a
Yeah.
little fucked up. Sorry, but and especially you being all fucked up on drugs,
no, it was fucked
on
up.
sleeping pills.
I didn't. To be fair, I didn't like tell her.
Oh, you didn't tell her you.
I was planning
You
to go.
asked for if she had a condom.
No, I
Did
didn't
she
te-
think
I
you were
didn't-
just wondering?
I didn't tell her that I took sleeping pills.
Oh.
It was like we just got home and I was like, I'm tired. I'm going to sleep.
Okay, yeah.
Because like, she's like, hey, do you want to sleep over at my house? I'm like, sure.
Yeah, I
Like-
got the pills.
I got the sleeping pills.
Yeah.
And then like, we start like having sex, and I'm like on top and just like a mixture of like
Like dozing
horrendously paranoid because no
condom.
condom, and like falling asleep.
Just like, like just waking up nightmare, like
Yeah.
like
It's like
waking up with a baby.
a waking nightmare. And then I just like, it's like, hey, can you get on top? And because I'm like falling
Yeah.
asleep, and then she gets on top, and then like that lasts for like 2 more minutes, and I'm like literally just like trying my best to like stay awake.
Yeah.
To like not come. I was like, I can't fall asleep and maybe come.
Yeah,
That's first-
yeah. Because what happens if you fall? Like, what if you're past? Because then you're like,
I gotta have a wet dream too.
yeah. Like it could be completely. Then you're missing out of the experience itself.
Yeah.
In general.
I wanna. If
gonna
I'm
miss out on that cum.
conceive a child, I want to be awake to
Yeah, man.
to do so.
At least to know for sure it happened.
Yeah. I don't want to be like Nelly, like it was only just a dream.
Well, the thing is, like, I think that was like, speaking of cream pies, what we were saying earlier.
I've only had one cream pie, that without a condom.
Well, that's literally all. That's all it is.
Oh, okay.
That's all. That's what it is without a condom. You have to have no condom.
So I guess it's just one cream pie because I've done it in
Yeah.
a condom.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Was it in a butt or
No.
a vudge?
A vudge.
The vudge. Was it with the one that was like, I can't get pregnant?
No, thank God.
What are you talking about? Thank God.
No,
that's the one you want to. Oh, because she got pregnant.
Because she got pregnant.
She's a fucking liar on all of it.
A year later, she got pregnant, and she texted me a photo of the ultrasound. She's like, "It's not your kid, though." I was like, "Why would you send me this?
Why would you even say? Yeah, why would I even want the picture?" It was funny. A buddy of mine, I won't say who it is. A buddy of mine, he was in a paternity situation.
Mm-hmm.
This is a friend back in Florida. Mm-hmm. This is it was in a paternity situation, and they were gonna swab the mouths. Mm-hmm. Like they had to do DNA tests because the young lady, as apparently had been around, was friends with a couple of different fellas in the neighborhood, and my friend offered the tech that was swabbing his mouth to just swab his mouth for $50.
Wow! Did he do it?
And no, and they were, I think that case it ended up being his kid. It's pretty. There's some crazy stories from Florida for sure, but there's also a friend of mine that had a kid that was like almost every negative thing you can think about a Floridian was like he was that.
Okay.
Like luckily the other guy was in that moment for sure was trying to get out of a responsibility.
Yeah.
But ended up like kind of stepping up after that. I had another friend that was like raising snakes and selling them over the internet in an apartment. He had a Honda with like a super duper loud exhaust. Mm-hmm. Only ever wore the like wife beaters and like greasy hair, like disgusting smell, like smoked.
Addicted to meth.
Not like that's like legitimately the only thing I don't think he ever got into. I don't know for sure. I can't say for sure. Mm-hmm. But like if he was drinking, it would be like drinking like gross shit, like Smirnoff Ice or like gross liquor shit. Like
I used to drink that in college.
Yeah, Dom used to drink it too. We're back to wife Dom, not sub and Dom from the platform. She used to do that, and even doing like the Jolly Ranchers inside and shit. Remember that? Do you ever do that?
Like put the Jolly Ranchers like in.
So like you get a Smirnoff or whatever, and you put like watermelon or grape or you know the flavors of Jolly Ranchers in there, and then you would have the sugary drink would be even more sugarier because it would start turning like green and taste like sour apple.
I thought they did that with lean too.
Probably, yeah. Wrong. It's probably that's essentially that's I think where Four Loko probably was born too.
Oh, okay.
You ever do Four Loko or drink? I don't say drink. Would you ever do Four Loko?
I did. I do it. Remember, Matt Blank?
Yeah.
I drank a Four Loko.
I like how you said, "Do you remember?" Do you remember Matt Blank? Because by the way, he doesn't really drink as much anymore.
No.
But yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
He one time I went over to his house and drank a Four Loko, and then I ended up throwing up in his yard, and his dog ended up eating it.
That is probably half of the Four Loko. That basically should be on the box.
Yeah.
Except if they still sold them legally.
They do still sell them.
Yeah.
They do? Saw them recently at Sheetz. They still sell them.
I'm pretty sure they outlawed them in Florida.
Really?
Which is surprising. If they're outlawed in Florida...
caffeine out.
Maybe that's what it was. Because I did 4 of them. No, 2 of them, I think.
Mm-hmm. 8 Loko.
Yeah, maybe. I think it was 8 Loko. And I ended up throwing up and like passing all this. Like, it was gross, dude. I don't know. It was like, like you said, like drinking cough syrup.
Yeah.
Red Bull.
Gasoline.
Yeah. Red Bull, gasoline, cough syrup.
Yeah.
Ugh. Lean. Yeah,
I've never done lean.
I haven't either.
Have you ever sipped codeine? No.
No. I think a lot of the drugs, I was just talking about this recently, like edibles and stuff, don't really seem to have an effect on me a lot of times.
Really?
Yeah, I like, even when I was younger, I tried mushroom tea, and it had like no effect on me or anything like that.
Is that like regular mushrooms in it? Like psilocybin?
Yeah. Like somebody like, they were all eating it, and they were also brewing this tea and stuff like that. So I was like, I'll try it too. And like, it had no effect on me. Then I also I've tried like edibles multiple times, and it just doesn't seem to really. It's not. I don't think it's even like a tolerance thing. I've definitely, the tincture stuff.
Yeah.
I've tried that stuff. Like
I used to love those.
I remember being like, oh boy, I better be careful because I should only do a couple drops or whatever it is. And okay, I looked at the doses. I'll do a dosage. Then I was like, by the end of it, I was like squirting whole things, and I was like, what? Nothing's happening. What is nothing happening? So I think something about my body chemistry just, and I've really never done. Again, surprisingly enough, from Florida, not really done a lot of hard drugs past like Four Loko.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Just prescription.
Yeah.
That I was prescribed and the regular dosage.
Was it Adderall?
No, never Adderall. There's probably stuff that the new insurance Don just signed us up for is has something about like getting assessed for ADHD and any other possible treatments and stuff like that. And I was like, maybe I should check that out because I never did when I was younger. As far as I know.
Yeah.
As far as I can remember. Maybe that's why I impulsively self-medicate.
Or you're just depressed like me.
Nah.
wish I would trade OCD for ADHD any day.
You think so?
Well, to be fair, I've never had it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I can't.
OCD, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if I've had OCD. I think everybody's got a little something. You know what I mean? Hey, we're having a good time. You take a fun uncle approach to it. Nothing's bad. Everything's good. Everybody's got their problems. Hey,
True.
I'm going to probably eat another adult Happy Meal on the way home.
I kind of want to get a Grimace.
I want to see if you guys have different toys here in Lancaster.
I might get one tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
I don't have any money, Pat. I got to go to the bank.
What the fuck? You got to go to the bank still? You're one of those people?
I mean, my credit card is frozen at this point because I spent all my money on drugs before I went to rehab.
Damn. Your mom got money? Does your mom have money?
Yeah, but I don't want.
I see this. I'm an unsafe person.
I'm
you
not
said it
ask
yourself.
her for money.
We didn't get to any of your topics.
Okay.
I forgot about all the topics.
Yeah, I watched the. You lied.
What?
I'm joking. I watched the last episode of the Jeffrey Dahmer thing we were talking about.
Yeah.
And the part where like she's like, "I'll show you out of control."
Yeah.
That was in the 7th episode.
Oh, whoops.
So I'm just like, what is it gonna happen? And then I just
Did you watch the 7th episode?
I scrolled through the parts.
Okay,
and I did see that part.
Did you see anything that you hated?
Because
you were saying you wanted to avoid it, and I was like, well, you should watch the last episode. I think that'll be fine.
It was just like him getting like murdered by that guy.
Oh, spoiler alert! Jeez.
Spoiler.
Come on.
He died like
100 years ago. Yeah.
I was just gonna say I went to Amazon Sex Position.
Oh yeah. Oh, the Amazon Sex Position. Okay, I was thinking Bezos for some reason.
Yeah, I actually came up with like a joke about that. Like it was like the Amazon Sex Position is when like the girl like holds up your legs and like thrusts into you.
So yeah.
But I thought it was just when you refuse to let your girlfriend pee after you get done fucking her.
I like the card flip.
I might use that on stage.
That's good. I like that.
Have you ever been convicted of a crime?
No, I've never been convicted of a crime, but I've also committed, I think, on the scale of crime, very little crime.
That's good.
You know what I mean? Like crime to like you speed, you know, but like nothing really.
That's good.
Yeah.
I just got my court bill.
Oh,
it's like $2,000.
Wow.
And I have to pay.
Did you have to get a bunch of people that were giving their testimonies about your?
Actually, no.
Where they're like, "God damn it, Tyler! This is what's going out of control." It's still hilarious to me. The thing, the Jeffrey Dahmer thing he's talking about earlier was the court scene in the apparently 7th episode of Dahmer, where
28 minutes in,
where everybody, if you watch that scene where everybody's giving the victim statements to Jeffrey Dahmer in the series, if then watching the real life victim statements, because that really did happen in the courtroom, they are dead on. Every one of those people were like, they were all method actors for sure, because they killed it, including the lady that freaks out.
All straight up Jack Nicholsons.
Yeah, a bunch of Jack Nicholsons in there. And when you said Amazon sex position earlier, I swear to God, the only thing I thought of was Amazon. I forgot that is absolutely one of my new. I haven't tried it, but is my new favorite.
That's your homework for.
I'm gonna try it
next time you're on the podcast.
I got
I want you to report back.
Amazon sex position update. I forgot what it was, and I ended up just fucking a bunch of Amazon boxes. I can't remember. I ended up not letting him pee afterwards. That's good. Thanks. I like that.
I might use that tonight. Oh, I was gonna watch the Ozark sex scene you were telling me about.
Dude, it is.
But I didn't do it.
Well,
because we only have Netflix.
That's your homework then.
One TV. Okay.
Yeah, don't watch it. Yeah,
I'll watch it in front of my mom.
She'll get riled up.
Yeah,
it's sexy. It's a sexy.
She'll get almost as horny as the Elvis gyrating scene.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. Do you want to get your mom hot under the collar? Which I don't think you do.
No,
but
I can't even imagine that, because she's.
This is the scene in particular. This is the scene I know for sure. It's like one of the first scenes of the first episode of Ozark, I think. I'm pretty sure
she has a nice keister, you said.
Oh my goodness. It's if you like, maybe it's something about it. Maybe there's something like a voyeuristic thing of it. Like, I think that's the thing about porn. It's like, I'm not a creep that's like, I'm going to go to your house and peek into your windows, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But if I'm at a hotel and somebody has their blinds open, I'm like, that's awesome. Kind of thing of because it seems like a weird thing. It seems dirty. It's gross. You know what I mean? It's a naughty thing.
Yeah.
And that's what that lady, the lady in Ozark. That's the only episode of that show. The only episode where I liked her. Okay. But then I was like, wait, she's cheating on this really nice guy. You know what I mean? Marty Bird. It's a really good show. That one episode's a really good show.
Okay. I'll watch
but
it.
I challenge anybody to watch that likes watching porn and not get a little bit of a chub in some way. Maybe
as soon as you leave, I'm just gonna be like, Ozark,
Mom,
are you
get in here?
Are you home?
What's your password?
Oh, I just had this one. Did you watch the Kanye West on Tucker Carlson?
No, I was hearing about that on my way here. So that's just confirmation of, I think somebody put it at the best way. He's just challenging people to even as fans to like him now. That's what it feels like. But yeah. I've been saying for a while that it's I think he's definitely for sure mentally ill.
Yeah. But that's also why I like him. Because I can relate to him.
Yeah.
Not with everything.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. I guess, but I think this is the issue of either somebody's mentally ill and they're just why can't you just be normal? Or him, where they just they don't even try to. He has enough money to get the help and resources that he needs.
Yeah.
Easily. And he just doesn't have anybody that's doing that. So I don't mean to be a bummer, but legitimately, I think Kanye
genius that ain't crazy.
I don't know. That's the thing is I don't know what a genius is. I don't.
Name of his
I also don't know.
Documentary on Netflix.
By the way, I can't name another genius that called themselves a genius. And he's also if he is literally the only genius ever to exist.
Has Bezos called himself a genius?
I don't think so.
For inventing the Amazon sex
not
edition.
directly. You son of a bitch. He should. He honestly should take credit for that. You know that Billy, what's his name? The guy who wrote why did I say Billy? What the fuck's his name? Not Billy Eichner. The guy who wrote Summer '69.
I know. I can see the album cover, but I don't know his name.
Fuck. Damn it.
Should I Google it?
Yeah. God damn it. I'm gonna get it right before you say it. I know it.
I'll Google it.
It's
oh shit! My therapist called. Not my therapist.
It's Billie Eilish. No. No. He Brad something. Nope.
Brad Paisley.
No. But he's like for apparently like everybody joke. Oh, it's probably about 69.
Brian Adams.
Brian Adams. That's what it is. He would and now apparently he's switched and now he's saying like, yeah, I totally wrote about the 69 position. And people are like, yes. And like nobody's calling him on it. So it's like the same idea. You just switch the. I forgot what the original point was I was trying to make when I started talking about
the Amazon.
Oh yeah, he should take credit for it now.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know any other geniuses that are like, I'm a fucking genius. Like even like what's his face? Einstein?
Yeah.
Was he like, I'm a genius all the time?
He's probably like, I'm moderately intelligent.
Yeah, he's like, I'm pretty smart. Even Stephen Hawking, who was so smart it crippled him.
Yeah.
He wasn't like, I'm a genius. He even got.
He had that CP.
Yeah, he had that CP energy, dude. Big CP energy. Yeah, I don't know a lot of geniuses in general, so I can't tell you. But I think he doesn't sound like a genius ever.
Yeah.
Because I really do try to listen to him when he talks, and by like the third or fourth sentence, it just reminds me of people that stopped me in gas stations in Florida.
Asking for money.
I would be at the Sunoco station, and they'd be like, my family lives in Tampa, and I got over here, and I ran out of gas on the bridge, and I just need, if you could do over here. And then also, I lost my job last week, and then yesterday was Columbus Day.
Indigenous People's Day.
Yeah, I always correct them. I was like, excuse me, Indigenous People. They go, oh, sorry, Indigenous People Day. And like,
I think I might call the episode that.
It's very Indigenous Peoples Day.
Yeah.
Crisscross applesauce day. they but like it's very rambly and it's very disjointed.
Yeah.
And it never makes a salient point. Every once in a while he'll stumble on a bar. Like he'll be like, he said like, I wasn't right, but I was right now, or whatever. And it's like, and then people go like, yeah. That's crazy. Like to say we're gonna let you be crazy, like completely unhinged for 23 hours a day, and we're gonna just like, but like for like the hour that you actually collectively make sense, we're gonna be like, yes, we champion this, Kanye. Keep texting your ex abusive things.
I obviously don't co-sign everything.
No, and I don't mean that to shame you. I'm just saying that like. I've felt like this for a long time when he was like, I'm a genius, I'm the most, like when he's having like these blow ups about being a genius.
Yeah.
That's when I started going like, I think I'm out.
No, I get it.
And that was early. So like I've never said he's untalented. I'll never say he's untalented.
Yeah.
But he is unhinged right now. And the Tucker Carlson thing, I don't know what. This was in response to his fashion thing that he did with Candace. And by the way, I hate Candace Owens.
Yeah.
She is crazy. She is like the worst. She's like the Colby Covington of like public figures. She doesn't even have. I don't even know what she does.
She's pretty cute though.
She's adorable. You know what I mean? Like she could probably get me an Amazon position.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
I like to see that.
She would push me. She would bully me into submission, and I'd go, "Yes, madam."
Well, Jeff Bezos just watches.
Yeah, and says, "Genius." I'm genius. I'm in your bedroom.
But it's you watching the people have sex.
Yeah.
But it's yourself.
Dude, I'm watching Ozarks, bro. Yeah.
We should probably wrap it up. My fucking
therapist is calling me and like saying,
DGR Behavioral Health just called me.
Is that good or bad? It doesn't sound. That sounds very
good.
official. Yeah.
But I want to thank you, Pat.
Hey,
George. Thank you so much for fucking coming to here. And
thank you for letting me come to here. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you so much. Is there anything you wanna plug?
My YouTube page, Baby Mermaid Productions. Instagram, also Baby Mermaid Productions. Facebook, Baby Mermaid Productions, and then just that'll lead you to all of or most of the content that I do.
Hell yeah!
Please do that.
Please do that
and like that.
Smash
hit subscribe.
Like
But yeah, that's pretty much it. I want to thank you for having me into your lovely home on your $50 couch.
Of course.
And letting me somewhat hijack your podcast. I apologize to the normal listeners.
Shut up.
No, you shut up.
Okay.
It's my podcast now. Look at me. I'm the captain now.
It's funny because Tom Hanks was in Captain Phil.
It's a fun callback to a different thing we didn't reference, but another thing we referenced.
Anyway, I love you, Pat.
I love you too, buddy.
Thanks for coming on. And,
Grimace says bye.
Grimace says bye. Happy Indigenous
Columbus
Peoples Day. Columbus. Goodbye.
Never forget.